Capsized is a 2D action platformer that focuses on shooting, exploring, and more shooting. Players take control of an unnamed spaceman whose ship has crashed on an alien planet. Being the go-getter that he is, our spaceman takes it upon himself to save the surviving crew members and figure out a way to get off the planet. With the natives hot on his heels, our spaceman has quite the task ahead of him. Luckily for him, he won't be doing this alone. Capsized is all about the gameplay. A short prologue and brief floating screen text that string together the levels are all you will get out of the story. You never find out who you are, what you were doing in space, why your ship crashed, or what the aliens are called. You're left to speculate everything on your own. Capsized could have had an expansive story that went to the origin of the protagonist, histories of the alien cultures, or character conflicts with the other spacemen you rescue, but it doesn't. The developers left this out on purpose. This allows you to come to your own conclusions while keeping as much attention on the star of Capsized, which is the gameplay. Physics play a surprisingly large role in Capsized. And of course, being a spaceman entitles you to be able to carry around some pretty badass tools that take advantage of those physics. You will often find yourselves using your grapple to swing yourself up onto higher ledges when your jetpack is out of fuel. The grapple can be used to drag heavy objects or to simply lift and toss smaller obstacles out of your way. This mechanic can come in handy if you find yourself low on ammo. The controls in Capsized are straightforward and solid feeling. The WASD keys are used for basic movements, spacebar ignites your jetpack, and shift key launches your grappling tool. The mouse is used to aim, switch, and shoot your weapons and tools, and that's about it. Everything works well together and you never feel hindered by the control scheme. As the game progresses, the enemies become much more complex than the bullet catchers you face early on. By the end of the game, you'll have faced enemies that can teleport, intercept your fire and redirect it back at you, and shoot something that I started calling booger bombs. This brings up really the one frustrating thing about Capsized. Some of the enemies are a pain in the butt to kill. You will eventually figure out the most efficient way to dispatch certain foes, but you will die a lot in the process. Even on medium difficulty, the game will give your WASD fingers one hell of a workout. The design for Capsized is perfect for what the game is as a whole. It's a nod to the classic platformers that define the genre, but with a modern cartoony twist. The vibrant colors help Capsized stand out from other dull and drab-looking platformers while not going overboard like a bad acid trip. Background visuals also help add depth to an otherwise flat-looking game. While the graphics will not leave you crying tears of graphical glory, Capsized is hardly going to strain your system and can be played with pretty much anything made in the past 3 years. The main campaign is comprised of 12 missions that last anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes on average. One mission in particular lasted about 45 minutes, but the amount of time invested in a level all depends on how much time you are willing to spend searching for secrets and clearing out the enemies. On top of the campaign, there are several arcade modes to play with: bot matches, time trials, survival mode, no weapons mode, and a duel mode, all add a decent amount of replay time to the game, but probably won't keep you entertained for longer than an hour or two. As nice a bonus as the arcade modes are, the campaign is where you will spend the majority of your time. The campaign is very rewarding to play. Each mission assigns you a specific task to accomplish, bringing you one step closer to getting off the planet. It's a to-do list that keeps you motivated through the end of the game. Capsized is a great game to play in between other games. You can pick it up whenever, not having to worry about forgetting where you were in the story, since there really isn't one, and play through a level or two. You'll have just as much fun as you were having with your $60 blockbuster for a sixth of the price.